good to see you. How are you? Be honest.
A bit over emotional.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, with good reason. Here you are, Festival 2009, and it's the first time I've had a chance to see you all together since this has become a reality. And I, like many people out there, are really excited about what's going to happen tonight. When you this became a reality and you started, rehearsing together and doing this thing, was Glastonbury always, on the agenda? Do you think?
I think we've always loved playing this place. It's just like nothing else.
Last year there was all these sort of rumours about would it happen last year, and it didn't eventuate then. So obviously now to be coming back here, as soon as it was it was confirmed that you were going to play, how'd you feel about, because this is different, isn't it? This isn't the MEN, this isn't an arena. This is a special one for you. Sure.
It's very special, but I think we just we want to deliver more than anything. That's the sort of thing that's in the back of your mind. It's a bit of pressure.
Just a little bit.
It's quite a challenging one. It's not necessarily an easy gig, Glastonbury, ever, because the tickets sell out before the bands are announced. So you're not necessarily playing to your people. You're just playing to the people. So it's who knows what's going to happen. I've got a feeling it's going to be all right, though.
That'd be all right. I mean, it's a very different festival to how it was when we first played here. It's much bigger.
Reading, do you, Dave?
So when was the last time that you guys actually played the festival as a whole? As a
98.
Yes, 1998.
Yeah, year of the mud.
Yeah, right. And what was the first, when you started rehearsing the songs, what was the first song? Can you remember the first song you actually played in full as a band?
What was it?
Wasn't it the first song was when we all met? I think it was the first song we played then as well, She's So High.
Which you've been starting with, I think, on the shows up to this point. So.
To start with, because it's kind of where we started.
Yeah.
So it really does sort of make sense.
Yeah. We heard all these stories about you rehearsing an album at a time and just trying to get your head around all the songs that you'd written throughout the years, and actually
remember how we got to whatever we got to. It's really important. You can't just got to start again. It's such a long space of time. It really, required just total immersion into what it was that we were doing.
It must have been a real moment, though, when, I don't know how soon it happened once you started rehearsing, but that moment when it all clicked again. And was it quick? Did it feel very quick musically for you?
I think it was pretty quick in a kind of exciting way while we're playing together. Take me a bit of a time to do all my geeky stuff, and for me be sounding good amongst it. And but pretty much there's all of those songs that our fingers will know forever that just would come out, and there's others that are a bit more puzzling because we're a puzzling group, even puzzle ourselves. So, but generally,
sometimes we get really lost in the songs because it's like, why did we make it that complicated?
Well, I think it's just ironic that as soon as you start to become a professional fingerpicker, all of a sudden you have to start strumming and playing power chords again, you know what I mean?
I know, it's so nice to get on a big, loud electric guitar.
Yeah, thrash it out. For sure. To carve all those songs down into something that would work within a reasonable time frame, even for yourselves as a band that likes to play, was that tricky to make it work?
Well, I thankfully didn't have much to do with that.
Really? Who was kind of?
I find it really difficult to construct set lists at the best of times.
Has that always been the case?
I don't know. I just never really got the knack of it. I find it really difficult to get song orders on albums as well. It's just a list sort of thing. I'm a bit troubled by lists.
So who was more responsible for doing that?
It's actually one of our crew called Stuart.
Really?
He volunteered, and you never volunteer in this band, so he stuck his head above the parapet.
What an amazing... I mean, for someone who's obviously close to you guys anyway, if he's part
really
of the crew.
Close. Stu has been in every rehearsal and has been a really a focus for us all, isn't he, really? He's fantastic. We'd never have done it without him.
He's really close to us, and also he's got that distance from the songs, and he sees things as a fan as well. So for a set list, he can sculpt it, give it the shape that it's too difficult for us. He's got just a right amount of distance to get a decent set.
Hats off to Stu.
So blame Stu.
No, hats off to Stu. By all accounts, he's been getting it absolutely right, you know, for sure. I was desperate to know what song you were going to start with, and I figured that once you started doing the smaller shows in front of friends and family, that was going to kind of lead the way in an overall sense as to how it's going to pan out. And She's So High, it seems like a really nice way.
We haven't changed it since the first gig now because it's
Feels right.
feels like it's not. Just don't want to complicate it. We kind of.
Well, you know, I have to ask, you know, it feels to me, from what people have been saying at the shows and from talking to you individually as well, that it feels really good playing together and that this isn't a chore at all, that this is what you would have hoped it would be. And it feels almost, according to the diary anyway, like it's going to be over before it even started, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks' time, there's no more gigs on a list. You know, I'm not prying for any more information, but just more like, how does that feel to think that...
more information, we just want to do these to really make it magic.
Well,
and that's why we're at Glastonbury, is because it is magic, and you know we want to contribute to that.
who's buying into the Glastonbury spirit this year? You've been on site, I know that. You came in today to see the Quo.
Yeah, and I was around all day yesterday, really sitting around and watching people drinking coffee. Pretty much. Yeah.
I've got a bit of that Glastonbury husky voice, but not because I've kind of been behaving badly.
Yeah. The Glastonbury fever.
Yes, it's either that or just having sung a lot this week.
Yeah.
It's the high notes.